Christian, Juszczyk just played his 200th career game. You have an appreciation, I'm sure, for how hard that is at his position. How would, in your mind, would you explain his longevity?
He's different. Yeah, I don't. It's 200 games is unbelievable in this league. To do it the way he plays at such a high level year in and year out is it's pretty incredible. It's inspiring to all of us, and he's such a great leader. He's a great friend, and he does everything right. And I don't know how else to put it. He's the ultimate pro, and somebody that when it comes to somebody you want on your team, he's first-round pick.
He's obviously very careful about what he puts in his body, his training. I mean, I'm sure you're meticulous in much the same way. Do you guys ever talk or share, I guess, swap stories or share tips?
Yeah, for sure. We're always getting information off of each other. He's obviously a very smart guy. Went to Harvard, which is a Stanford, the East. He's incredibly intelligent when it comes to taking care of your body. So I'm always looking for stuff from him to take.
Chris, it's been a long time since you were in Carolina, but can you imagine, considering they haven't had a winning season in a while, they're coming in to play the 49ers on a Monday night, which they don't often get, how big it is for that area and for that team?
Yeah, I think it's a big game for all of us. Yeah. And, for us, it's about going out there, having a great week of practice and a great week of prep and executing at a high level.
Is there added emotion because it is Carolina that you'll be steering across the other side of the ball?
I take every game seriously, and this one I also take very seriously.
How about the big game this weekend?
Yeah, here's a big game this weekend. Yeah, go Card.
You guys had go ahead.
Ron Rivera was talking about you yesterday, saying that whenever he was around you, he made sure that you spoke slowly to him so he could understand.
Yeah, he took that joke
vast
from me,
vocabulary.
Yeah. That's because he's a Cal guy? Yeah, that's true.
You guys had a strong offensive game against the Arizona Cardinals last week. Other than executing the game plan, how do you guys kind of go into this one to kind of replicate that same strong performance up against the Carolina Panthers on Monday Night Football?
Just have a great week of practice, great week of prep, and then come in with the right mindset on Monday.
J.C. Horn was saying today that he was talking about how much of an impact you had on him just in terms of watching you and how you conduct yourself and everything. Are there many guys left on that team that you played with?
Yeah, there's a few. Definitely a few. Taylor Moton, he's the same class as me.
Yeah.
Love that guy. JC, I was with him for a little bit, but he had a massive impact on me too. He's a hell of a player. JJ Jansen, their long snapper, still on the team. Chuba's still on the team. And then there's some young O-linemen I played with as well on the team. So, yeah, there's a lot of guys that not a lot, but a few of them.
Are there any conversations this week about old times, about the game coming up?
No, I'm locked in this week. I'm sure I'll see all those guys on Monday, before and after the game and say what's up.
Sunday was the first game that you had pretty much the offense at full force, full health. How did it feel out there? Did it feel any different?
It felt great. I think, again, you never know what to expect going into a game. It's all about just taking it one play at a time. Each play has a life of its own, and so respecting it and, coming into this week, forgetting about last week and capitalizing on the things we did well and correcting the mistakes.
Now, you said this game doesn't have any added emotion, but I do believe that this is the week you'll be wearing your cleats for the Logan project.
Mm-hmm.
How much more importance does it add to the game there? And do you ever reflect on the time spent with Logan going into this game? It's an old team, and then, of course, an old experience that is still relevant today.
Yeah, I think I think it's so cool that the NFL does that with the My Cause, My Cleats. And to have the Logan Project on my cleats and to represent Logan and his legacy is, I don't take that lightly at all. That's a huge honor, and, I hope we can make him proud.
Your touchdown catch on Sunday, why was that a heads-up play from Brock?
That was kind of just, that wasn't technically it wasn't the call. We had a different route on, but they had dropped me. The guy actually got picked by Kittle, and so I kind of just found space, and he saw it, and I saw it at the same time, so it was kind of just two guys playing ball, and that was a good play by him. I think it's a little thing, but it's also a big thing.
What you described about this game not being particularly important emotion-wise, they're all important. Is that
real quick, I just want to make it clear, it is important. Yeah, I didn't say it's not important. It's a very important game to me, just like they all are. That's how I should have worded it.
Yeah, no more important than others. Is that kind of recognizing life in the NFL, despite what people say is the team that's favored and all that, you got to show up every week.
100%. Yeah, 100%. They really all are all important, and I think if there's any extra added emotion, you just let that come naturally on game day. But no, I mean, that's why they say any given Sunday. You know, we're unlike other professional leagues where we have a limited amount of games, and each one is unbelievably important.
Christian, you talked about that play with Brock. I mean, how often do you have that connection, and where you guys meet at the same point like that?
It happened. I think when the opportunity arises, he's always done such a great job of doing it. You know, it's not technically in the playbook, but it's something where when you're playing loose and you're playing free, stuff like that every once in a while happens, and hopefully you're there to make it work.
Pooney had a nice block on your last touchdown. I think he was injured early in the year. Do you notice him playing more like he did last year? Does he look more like himself these last, 3 or 4 weeks?
Pooney's a hell of a player, man. I mean, he's a great player, and I think he's playing at a super high level right now.